Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. I've got copper and iron smelting both fully upgraded now. So I'm going to check off upgrade copper smelting. I still have the task to upgrade mining with beacons, right? I don't have it all upgraded yet. Up here in these two big mines, for example, I still have speed module 1s and no beacons yet. I started to upgrade the copper mine with speed 3s, so we could I'll continue to work on that. I'm not going to do it right now because I want to hang on to my speed module supply so that I can do other stuff for a little while. So I've got 1,000 of each loaded in my train. Up here in the module factory, I've got another 1,000 of each in these buffer chests, and we're starting to accumulate some more in the storage chests as well. So we're getting a good supply of speed modules and productivity modules. Now, one thing I've been doing is for the last couple of days, I've been starting up the game and then letting it just run for a few hours while I go do other stuff, and that's so we can build up a supply of modules. Because I'm only making 15 an hour with this, and I mean, I think that's a pretty good rate of speed. Honestly, it's using a lot of resources, as you can see. But it's not terribly fast, and it would be good to get things done faster if possible. The other thing that I did is somebody had a question in the comments. You may remember I set up these inserters so that if, for example, for the speed modules, if there are more productivity than speed modules, then these inserters will turn on. And for the productivity modules, if there are more speed modules than productivity, then those inserters will turn on. Right? So I'm always producing the module that I have the least of. And somebody said, well, what if they're exactly the same? So my answer to that is, number one, I think that would be a pretty unusual situation for them to turn out to be exactly the same, but I guess it could happen. So what I did is I went back to the speed modules and I set them to be less than or equal to productivity, and then productivity will only turn on if they're less than speed. So if they're equal, then I'll make speed modules. Otherwise, they'll follow the rules that we just talked about. Let's see, on our science, I'm continuing to get some research done. I decided to do a couple levels of robot speed because it's fairly inexpensive now in comparison to mining. Right, robot speed 7 and 8 are 2 and 4,000 science packs respectively, whereas mining productivity 11 is 20,000. So I figure, well, I'll just do a couple levels of those. That'll help my builds go faster, and it won't take too long to get them researched. So that's what I'm doing now. I just did another rocket launch because I was running out of science packs. And actually, it looks like I might have done 2 rocket launches. I just left it turned on, but I can see now that I'm out of rocket control units. So I think I'll go turn that off. Otherwise, what happens is yellow science and space science are in heavy competition with one another for resources. So that's kind of the problem that I have right now. I mean, it's not really a problem. That's just the way that that's the way that I built it. It's performing exactly as designed. Maybe my design is not a great one. That's a different story. And in fact, I will say that my design is not a great one because when I designed 90 science packs per minute, I didn't include space science. So that's why we have a constant trade-off between space science and yellow science. And for that reason, that leads me into my next thing. What I would like to start working on next is upgrading my circuit production chain all the way up to blue circuits, because that's really what we're starving for between here and Yellow Science, is more blue circuits. So I figured I've already upgraded some smelting. I can use this smelting design for the green circuits. You may recall that my plan was to smelt the plates for the circuits, or for the green circuits at least, on site. So I'd like to start working on the end game green circuit design in this episode. And I expect it to take up 2 vertical spaces, which is why I have all this space reserved. So I think I'll start over here. According to the planner, I'm going to need, let me check here. I'm going to need 82,618 green circuits per minute. So if I divide that by 3, since I'm going to have 3 separate factories, that gives me 27,540 per minute. Okay, so I need each of these units to make that much. So let's pull up Factory Planner and let's work it out so I can figure out how many furnaces and stuff I need for each one. Circuit cell. $27,540 per minute. Right. Oh, I'm out of room. We're going to need 3 of them. Okay. Well. Whoa. Sorry. This is taking way too long. Why does it go to the end when I backspace? That's a terrible editor. There we go. Sorry. Can I not have commas? Maybe that's it. Okay, there we go. All right, so product, green circuits, amount, 27,540. Let's add that in. Full productivity modules. We're going to have 12 beacons. Or no, we're going to have 10 beacons each, because I'm going to do direct insertion from the copper wire machine to this machine. $24.2. Okay. And then the copper wires, same setup. $26. Okay, so I'm actually going to give myself 26 circuit machines, because with this setup, like let's say I built 24 or 25 and these were going 1-to-1. With this 1-to-1 setup, the green circuit machines actually have a very brief fraction of a second where they're waiting for more circuit wires. It's not exactly a 1-to-1 ratio, right? Because the ratio of copper wires to green circuit machines is normally 1.5 to 1. So I'm going to get a 40% productivity bonus here. So I'm going to have 1.4 to 1. All right, so 0.1 every 1.5 cycles, it's going to be short. So it's like 0.9, 0.95 to 1 ratio. So I'll set it up with 26. Now the problem with 26 is it's not easily divisible by 8, is it? So I'm going to need 3. So I'm going to need 4. It's going to be 32. Okay, so I'm going to be overproducing with 32. I'm just trying to think, do I want to force it? Yeah. If I force it to run full speed at 32, well, let's look at it this way. If I do 24.2, or let's go by the copper wire machine. So if I do 26 times 3, because I'm going to have 3 of these cells, that would be 78 total. So I could do 2 with 32 each and then 1 with 14 or 16. And that would give me what I need. So let's try that. Let's try doing 2 with 32 and 1 with 14, or yeah, or it'd be 1 with 16. All right, so let's see if we can force this to work. Whoops. Machine limit. Even if it leads to overproduction. Okay, so let's do 32 with a hard limit. I did say 32, didn't I? Okay. And then this will also be 32 with a hard limit. Except this is, yeah, see, this is telling me I need to make this so that I use 72,575. Even though I'm actually going to have 32, this thing can't work with machines that are not working nonstop. Okay, so I need to make it so it consumes 72,575. So let's try 30. Yeah, I think that's about as close as I'll be able to get it. What if it's 29? Then I'm not consuming quite enough. Okay, so 1 consumes 2430. Let's do it this way. All right, so I'm going to have 7145 plus 2430. That's 72,575, which is what we said before. Divided by 2430 is 29.87. Okay. Yeah, and that'll give us a surplus of green circuits, which is fine. Okay, so I think we're fine there. So let's see what we need for copper. Yeah, electric furnaces, full productivity modules. These will have 12 beacons each. Okay, so I'm going to need 86 of those. You know what? I should really divide these by 8, to be perfectly honest. All right, let's finish setting this up. Okay. Yeah, I should divide this again by 8 so that I know what I need in each column. Okay, so let's change this to 4. And then 29.87 divided by 8 is 3.73. Now I have 8.1. Okay, we need to use... All right, let's make it 3.74. All right, that way we're using up all the copper cable. Okay, so we need 11 machines, 11 furnaces making copper, 10 making iron. And that means we're going to have slightly more than one blue belt of each of those. 1.1, and we're going to have 2 blue belts of green circuits coming out. Can I pin this? Man, that's a bummer. See, in Hellmod, which this is based on, there was a button where you could pin it, and it would put a little window up here that just showed you the numbers of machines and stuff. Like, it would give you a small summary of this so that you could look at it while you're working. I wish you could do that. Okay, but anyway, we've got our design, so let's go over there and get to work. I'm going to need to get some furnaces. I don't think I have any with me. All right, so let's go back and get furnaces. What else will I need? Everything else I think I have. 10, 11, let's get 100. And then the other thing I want to see, right, I'm going to be doing, if I'm doing 9,072 divided by 4, that's 2,268 copper cables per minute per machine. Divided by 60 seconds, that's 39 per second. And if I go to the cheat sheet, one stack inserter can do 27.7 per second. So I'm going to need two stack inserters between those two machines. So that's something that's good to be aware of. Okay, sure. Let's go on that side. I meant to click on that side instead. There we go. Okay, so like we have with the current green circuit factory, we are only going to have 2 inputs, which I like. All right, so we can start by duplicating that portion. And we will upgrade all the belts and inserters to their fastest counterparts. All right, and each column is going to be consuming 2,700 per minute, which is less than 0.9 blue belts each. Okay, so we're good with 1 blue belt of each type of ore coming out. All right, and then we'll call this circuit 2, and then we'll use that nomenclature to rename our stations. Okay. Oh, I got some trees in this one. This is one of them that I haven't cleared out yet. No, 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 no. Okay, put the tracks back. It can't put the trees back, but the tracks it can. Alright, so let's clean this up. And then when we get to the point that we're going double high, you know, 2 cells high, I'll clear out the track in between. But I'll wait to do that until we're sure we need the room. If I can fit all the smelting in here, then I'm really not going to need anything up there. Okay, so we need 10 copper, or 11 furnaces copper and 10 furnaces iron. So that's going to be 21 furnaces high. And here I've got how many furnaces? 18. So we do need to go bigger than this. And I'm going to need to figure out a way to get more belts squeezed in here. I've got 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so I should have room there in the middle to run additional belts. All right, so let's start with 10. All right, that's 9, so that's 1 full blue belt. Plus 1 more is 10. All right, and as always, we build, let's, here, I'm going to do this just to help me locate the center. Okay. So that's the center of the build. Let's finish building this part. And I'm wondering, I think maybe I can go, maybe rather than doing one long column like this, I wonder if I can do these side by side. I didn't before because I didn't have room. But maybe here I will have room that I could do iron and copper side by side. Would it go like that? No, that one would be shared, right? That would be my maximum width. Yeah, that'll work. So let's do that. I think that'll be better. Because then I won't have to, it'll be easier to manage the belts, the output belts of the plates, if I do them side by side like this. Okay, so let's go like that. That'll be our starting point. We'll delete this. Let's finish pasting in our input rails. Yeah, and I can just copy this whole thing like that. Let's skip the power poles. There. And this way I might be able to get it to all fit into one grid section. That would be great, because then that would free up 3 more grid sections for other stuff. All right, let me get some more rail so we can finish this off. Okay, get rid of that one. And I think the rest. Yeah, the rest is all good, I think. Okay, so then we can go back. Now, the other thing is, if I'm going to do 10 and 11, maybe rather than having one full belt and then another one with barely anything on it, maybe I should just divide it equally between 2 sets of belts. Okay, and we'll go copper, iron, copper, iron, copper, iron, like that across. All right, so the copper is going to be 11. So that's 1, 2, well, let's just copy 11 furnaces. Okay, so 11 divided by 2 is, we'll do 6 on one and 5 on the other. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 on one means I would do this little trick after 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's where I would switch sides. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Or no, the third one. Yeah, after the third one, I'm going to switch sides. 1, 2, 3. Right, so this one I want to move down by 1. So let's remove this. And replace it with this. All right, and I'm going to get rid of the substations because those are all going to have to be relocated. One, two, three. All right, what the heck did I do here? Okay, what does the one after that look like? It looks like that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then I'll remove all of this. Okay, so then after the 6, we want the one where it switches to the next belt. Which is this one. And I only need one input belt. So I can get rid of these. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the first one, and then I need, that's one, I need the next belt switch over. I need one more plus the belt switch over. Three, 4, 5, 6. Then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I need one more. Like that. And I actually don't need this here, probably. Well, I'll leave it there for now. All right, so how many is that? That is 11. Okay. And then for the iron, that's going to be next to it. I'll do the same thing, and then we can just remove the last one at the top. So we can remove those two beacons. We can remove that altogether. And there we'll have our belts coming out. Okay, so there's 2 coppers and 2 irons. All right, and then we just need to get power to it all. And let's do this. And that's going to be copper, and that's going to be iron. And then I'm going to copy that. I'm going to delete it. I'm going to put these in my trash slot because I don't actually want them to be there. I only want the ghost. Okay. Now let's get the power. Why didn't I pick those up? Let's see, where can I put these? I think if I move them over by 1 tile, then I should be able to consistently put them in the same place on every second one. Yeah, great. And I'll do the same here. All right, so we have a lot of overlap side to side, but good vertical coverage. And I think that was because, yeah, side to side, it was too far. Actually, maybe I don't need that one. Yeah, I don't need that one. Okay. So that's the build for the circuit portion, or for the smelting portion, I should say. So we'll just copy that. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I'm sure I'm going to need to come back here about 6 times to finish building all this. Let's increase that to 100. Let's decrease that to 50. Let's see. Do I need more furnaces too? Yeah, it looks that way. Okay. So I'm short by several hundred undergrounds. All right, I've got 400 in my request. I should have enough undergrounds. Let's get as many beacons put out there as we can. And I'll grab all the speed modules. I'm probably going to need all of them. Yep. Beacons and modules don't last very long. Oh, my batteries are dead. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering why I still had beacons and they weren't going. All right. All right, so let's go back to base and replenish. And then we'll go to the module factory and replenish there, and then we'll come back and keep working on it. We need to upgrade that machine. We need beacons quickly. And substations. Where am I doing substations? Here we go. Let's get those steel plates out faster. Copper 2. Okay, I could upgrade this machine, but it won't help. It's already going as fast as it can. But I do want to change the limit to, let's do 200 now. That's twice what I'll need when I come back. Okay, let's go refill on modules. And then we should at least be able to get the smelting portion of this done today. And then we'll do the actual circuit making the next time. Okay, so here, these buffer chests are requesting 1,000 each, because that's what I need to fill the wagon. And then these storage chests I have filtered. They'll take the overflow, but then they will also be drawn upon to fill up the train. Right? But I like having these here so that if I come here and I just need a handful of modules, I can just grab them from these chests without even getting out of the train. Okay, but now I've got 668 speed modules and 1.3K productivity modules. So we'll be making exclusively speed modules for a while. All right, let's go over there and park. Right, so I think I'll do one of these for green circuits. I'll do one for red circuits and one for blue circuits. And actually red and blue circuits, I think I only have one of each anyway, even with the endgame build. Although red circuits, I don't know. Red circuits I'm not so sure about. I might need more because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of red circuit machines. Yeah, I have 100. I'm going to need 169 red circuit machines, plus a bunch of copper wire machines to go with that. So we'll see. All right. Let me grab more speed modules. And I'm going to need probably like 3 stacks. Okay. Let me put some of these back. Because I need to get some more beacons going. I need more power. I either need more reactor or more batteries, or both, but I can't think of anything that I want to delete from my setup. Okay. Well, let me get beacons. I can start placing beacons manually. That's pretty easy, especially on the vertical parts. I can just click and run. These 3 are not required. Okay. Well, the bots are too fast for me. I was going to help, but fine, do it yourself. Okay, what are we missing now? I need productivity modules. Let me get over here so I can pick up my bots. I have to get out of the way because you pick them up by right-clicking on them, and I don't want to right-click on anything that's been ghosted. Because that'll delete it. Come on, guys. Get in here. There we go. Okay. Now I'm not getting any warning message. I think it'll be easier to see what's missing if this wasn't flashing at me constantly. But anyway, I'll get those. I'll get the rest of the speed modules. I'll grab some more stacks of productivity modules. I think I'm probably going to need more underground belts. Yeah, I definitely need more underground belts. I need more lights. And more inserters. And maybe more beacons as well. But it looks like I've got enough modules now. Okay. So I think now I can replenish back at the starter base. Let's see how we're doing on power, by the way. Our limit right now is 3.3, so we're getting to be about time where we need more power. I'm going to go ahead and check that off. So let's say green circuits, more power, red circuits, blue circuits. And you know, once those are done, the base is practically finished. Because circuits are the main pain. All right, I think we'll be able to finish off the build with this last supply run. And how many? And I only need 8. I only need 4 sets of assemblers per column, so I think I can fit this all in here. That would be great. Okay. And I hope I'm calculating correctly because, oh, I see a signaling problem here. Because I set this up to have half as many grid sections as Alexi did in his base, and his base produces twice as much. So if I do this in less than half, then I'm wondering, I'm going to have to go look at his build again. I hope I'm not missing something here. Oh, it would be helpful if I got the beacons, huh? Can never seem to carry enough beacons. I wish these would stack in more than 10. I mean, they're the same size physically as an assembly machine, and those stack in 50s. Why do these only stack in 10s? It's kind of annoying. I'm sure there's a mod for that. Please have enough modules. I don't want to have to run back to my train again. Yeah, I don't. Okay. I think I need just a couple more stacks of modules. Oh, what happened to you, buddy? Okay, we need a little more power. There we go. Oh, crud. And what's missing down here? Oh, I think that's just for the combinators. Okay, so we'll get this build finished. And then I'll call some trains to bring the ore. Okay, I'll take those. Thank you very much. Right, so you can see that I've used pretty much all the speed modules that we had just to build this one thing. So, you know, so I'm going to have to, pretty much every episode I record, I'm going to have to let the base run for 3 or 4 hours to build the modules that I need for the next episode. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. Right, so at this point, the hours played on my save are gonna start to lose touch with how many hours I'm actually doing stuff in the game, just because I have to wait for things to be built. Okay, I think that's it. So let's start hooking it up. And I pray to God that I left enough room for belts. Actually, I don't need to pray. I'm pretty confident that I did. But that one goes there. That one goes 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is going to get a little tricky, isn't it? Okay, copper, iron. Copper, iron. Oh, okay. No, this will work fine. Great. Plenty of room. Okay, and then I don't know. I guess let's shift over at the earliest opportunity. Okay, now this time... Oh no, this is good. Okay. Copper and iron. Okay. Copper and iron. Copper and iron. Copper and iron. Okay. That looks beautiful, doesn't it? All right, let's call the trains. I think, yeah, everything here is set up. I just need to give it the priority. There we go. And copper. Still using a single depot. I think later in the game I'll build copper and iron depots just below the green circuit build so that they don't have to travel as far. This looks like a train that's still running on solid fuel. Oh no, it's not. Huh. It looked a little slow. All right, let's hope it works. Oh, son of a gun. Well, it's easy to fix. There we go. All right, now it's on both sides of the belt. Okay, and now I've got 2 belts of each across the board. All right, that looks good. Just review this carefully, make sure I don't have any other problems. You know, this last one I could put just a regular blue belt and save the undergrounds, but I don't want to mess with it. Then I'll just end up picking up a bunch of ore. Yeah, same here with the first one. That could be a regular blue belt instead of an underground. So, not the most efficient use of underground belts in this case. But everything looks good as far as I can tell. Let's see how we're doing on supply. 2.8, 2.7, so no more trains on the way. Okay. Well, I'd say that looks pretty good. So, in the next episode, we will take all this lovely copper and iron and start building some green circuits. And since, trying to think, yeah, maybe we'll build it like this, because we'll be, well, not exactly like that. All right, we could go like this. And then we can run our output belts vertically. We'll do something like that. I'll have to figure it out. But we'll get to that in the next episode. So, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.